Hello and welcome to Apex Instant Tips, episode 185, brought to you most Fridays at 12:05 Eastern Time. We're your hosts. I'm Anton.
And I'm Marwa. Hi, Anton. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. We teased this episode as everything about browser caching application files you could cover in 5 minutes. So we're going to see if we can do that, but we're going to cheat a little bit in that I'm going to explain my problem to you, Marwa, and then hopefully you can solve it with me or for me because you're the expert in this and you're the person I came to with the problem in the first place. So here we go. So let's add this to the stage. Here's the scenario. I have a test environment, and this application has, and I've boiled this down to make it as small as I could possibly do it. It has a JavaScript file in it, and that JavaScript file is applied to this page. So it's a shared file. And all it does is when I run the page, it pops this thing and it says Hello World 6. That's it. Hello World 6. And so, hi, Suka. I wish I could say that name. Can you say the name of the person that said hello in the comments? I can't. Sukainidrisi. Okay. I won't. So hi. So here's this. Yeah. So I have this file, but in my development environment, so that said Hello World 6. In my development environment, so down here you can see it says dev. I've updated that file, and it now says Hello World 7. People probably can't see that, but it's a file. It's been updated. And the problem is this. I've done a component export where I exported the JavaScript file and the minimized JavaScript file. So if I come here, I'll just show you really quickly in shared components. In export, import export, I did an export. I did components. I chose the two files. You can see they're already chosen, and I did an export. Now, when I come to my test environment and I import, I'm going to import those two files. So I'm going to do my component import. And next, replace my application components. I'm going to edit the application. I'm going to show you that right here in my shared components, in my static application files, my hello world.js says hello world 7. And my minimized one does as well, hello world 7. So it says 7. But when I refresh this page, and I don't know if people are going to be able to see it, it still says hello world 6, not hello world 7. Now, I did a little bit of troubleshooting. I'm just going to show you what I did. What I did was, if I inspect this, and I look at my network, and I refresh that page again, my hello world JavaScript file, it'll show up in here if I can find it. It's never easy at this point to find when I'm trying to show you, but it shows up in here. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to refresh it again. Hopefully I get it a little bit closer to the top. All these things, web components. Let me just say, when I do find it, we're going to see that it's like one of these, and it says disk cache next to it or service worker, and it's grayed out because it doesn't actually go back to the server. So I can tell that for sure this is still serving it from the cache. It never happens to me in my dev environment. Every single time I update it, my dev environment, it always changes something. But in my test environment, when I do this import, it doesn't fix it. Now, sometimes if I shift refresh, it will fix it. So I'm going to try it now, but it doesn't always work. But sometimes if I do shift refresh, it will do. That time it worked. Hello World 7. So that time it worked. It got the new file. So this is my problem. You've got 5 minutes to explain to me what's going on here.
So thank you, Anton. As you said, even with refresh shift, sometimes the JS file is not refreshed and you are stuck with the old code, even though in the builder you can see the new code. And actually it's because of the file being cached not only on the browser level, but also on the application server. And so let's go back to the steps that you did to get this new JS file in your test environment. You said that you did a component export, and then you imported that you exported the components, and then you
Mhm.
imported them into the test environment. And actually, by doing component importing, the version number is not handled. It's not going to get.
What version number are you talking about?
Oh, yes, I should have mentioned that. If you take a look at the JavaScript file, if you inspect this page,
Okay,
right,
so I've got a hello world JavaScript file. Let me find that. Okay, right there.
right there, you can see the V28. That's the
Uh-huh.
version. Usually, it gets incremented each time there is changes done into the JavaScript file. But by doing export components and then importing them, it does not get incremented. It's not handled. And that's because usually the version number is handled on the application level. Now, there is a quick way to
What do you
change.
mean? What do you mean it's handled on the application level?
Well, when you do the export of the whole application, you will get that version number handled. That's what I mean.
I've noticed that version number is the same for every file all the time. Even if I've got
Exactly,
10 different files, it's always V28 or V29, whatever the number is. So when does
exactly.
that get set? When does that get set?
Even though if you just changed only one JavaScript file, all the rest of the files will get the new version number
So that version number is stored at the application level?
at the application level. And if you open an export of the whole application, an example, you
Okay,
will see a
I
paragraph.
have that actually right here. This is a full application. And right there is the file.
Exactly.
So you're saying I don't get that if I do an export of the components?
No, you don't get that, unfortunately. And actually, if you go to the builder on your test environment and
Okay,
click on the save button right there, even
okay.
without making any changes, the version number will get changed.
Okay, so if I hit it a bunch of times, I can get a bunch of versions. So now if I refresh this, we can go see that number. Let me go take a quick look here. It's all the way at the bottom. Hello world, let's take a look. Hello world. Oh yeah, now it's version 31. So I'm all
It's
good.
it is. It's now version 31. And that's because there is a trigger that is fired, and that trigger we can take a look at it. It manages the version number. So this is the code for our trigger, exactly, yes. And there is the flag to indicate if we have an import in progress. If you can see if
So
there is an import in
this is
progress,
on the flow static files table. And if it's in, okay, go ahead, sorry.
and if there is an import that is in progress, the version number won't get incremented. And that's why when you do the component import, you won't get the version number correctly handled.
So it sounds like I have two choices. If I do a component import, I need to also hit that save button. But if I do
Right.
an application, import, I'm safe. It's always going to work, right?
Yes, but not in all cases, because it's going to get the version number from the dev environment and add it into the test environment. In that case, if you ever change the JS file in the test environment and you get the version number in the test environment ahead, one day you will get the same version number on both environments.
So I've done that here already. So it's possible if I export from dev and import, I'm going to end up with that version number because I'm already ahead.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, so what's my final solution? How do I keep this from happening?
So I think the most important thing is to understand how Apex works so you can avoid these issues. So either way, you can make your dev environment, the version number there ahead from the test environment, and you can go and check the version numbers on both environments before doing the deployments, your deployments.
Okay, so I guess that's it. I guess it's the content of this call that is really the solution is just really understanding it, huh?
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you one more question. Our time is up, so I think we made the mark. But here's the other thing that I think is weird, Marwa. You see this right here? It says hello world. It says this hello world.js right here. But in my page, I copied this reference and it's got the minified URL. And so I was really expecting, when I looked at the source code here, for this to have, like, I know if I do this, I can do this, but I expected it to be the minified, so the .min. I know I've seen it before, .min. How do I've been trying to get it to have .min, but
Yeah,
let me just show people really quickly what I mean is if I edit this page, and I look at the property editor, right here, I use the hashtag min hashtag. So if I have a really big JavaScript file, I want it to be minimized.
exactly. And when it happened to me the first time, I thought that something is wrong or I understood something in the wrong way, but actually it's because you're connected to the builder. That's why you get the JS file without the minified version. So it would help developers to take a look while troubleshooting at the content of their JavaScript file. If you log out from the builder and you run your application and come here, you will get the minified version. And you can see that on the help. I think on the help of the attribute file URLs on the page level, I think they mentioned that. It's the
Is that
first,
right?
I think it's the first place where I went to look for help is here.
Oh, look at that right there. It does say it. If you're in the builder, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. The help, RTFM. Are you familiar with that acronym? Acronym, Marwa?
Yes,
RTFM? Yes, yeah, okay. Um, all right, well, hey, I think you've solved all my problems. Well, you've solved them in the sense that I understand what's going on. You
exactly.
haven't solved them that I know exactly how to uh, how to avoid it at all costs, right? I think the thing is know that it could happen and know why it happens and know how to solve it. I'm gonna have to shout out here to Reginald though. Uh, Reginald has put a little thing in the comments 6.7. I only know. Are you familiar with this 6.7 thing, Marwa?
No?
It's something that's sweeping at least the United States. So there's some like TikTok or something where somebody says 6.7 in some weird voice, 6.7 or something, right? And right, and Reginald's saying, "Good luck explaining it." I'm not going to try to explain it, but here's what I'm going to say. My daughter is a high school math teacher, and this whole 6.7 thing is killing her because every time she says the numbers 6 or 7, some kid in her class says 6.7. And she's hating
How
it.
are
So
you-
so 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 Reginald putting in here, I'm gonna tell my daughter because she's gonna love it that I got hit with a 6.7.
Yes,
So
you had an alert. Both alerts were with number 6 and 7.
yes, exactly. So all right, well that I'm sure that little bit was not all that entertaining for anyone except my daughter. But well, thanks again. I thought I did it on purpose. That's so funny. All right. Well, so I guess that does it. If you like the show, do all the things, and we'll see you next week.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.